All right, y'all, we are back with another video, and say it ain't so. Don't y'all remember that corrupt judge in New York? The one that act like he ain't never seen a camera a day in his life and starts smirking and taking his glasses off? And don't y'all remember Letitia James, the one that was just staring at the back of Donald Trump's head? These people in New York are corrupt, trying to take this man's assets, trying to tell him what his business is worth, and then not only that, bringing Donald Trump's family into it. I mean, come on. This right here is just corruption at its finest. Now, this one right here is coming by Benny. He just dropped this one, said that anti-Trump judge, that's a good name for him, anti-Trump judge exposed for posting creepy shirtless pics, and his wife caught calling to try to jail Trump. See, I knew they had something going on because y'all remember when Alina Habba said something about that they about already had what they was going to try to do to Trump before he even walked up in the courtroom. They had everything already settled. So this right here is just crazy. The way that this judge and this attorney general was just trying to treat Trump. It's just ridiculous. And y'all already know we are going to call out the BS over here. Y'all already know we're going to do that. Like I said, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody showing so much support. Everybody been leaving positive comments in the comment section. And I also want to thank everybody that clicked on this video for the very first time. And shout out to everybody that be watching the entire video. I really, really appreciate it. I would love for everybody to do that, to watch the whole entire video and hit that like button. That way YouTube can share this video so more people can see what I have to say about this situation. I appreciate everybody that does that. Without further ado, let's dive straight into this and let's see exactly what's going on. And shout out to Benny. I will leave the original video in the description. The way y'all can go watch it for yourself. Without further ado, let's go. Oh, man. Benny be killing me with the intros.
Boy, Benny, the court systems in our country are inexplicably and irredeemably broken. It's time for some naked justice in this country once again. My God, that is not what I'm talking about. No, please, no. The nudes of the Trump judge have leaked. Please, God, no. This is not what I was looking for. No. Judge Nudie is what Jesse Waters is calling him. This is the creepy, deeply gross, yellow-toothed, just degenerate judge inside of Trump's $250 million civil fraud case that apparently has had his nudes leaked, even though he's 74 years old. Judge Arthur Aggernon appeared to have a torso photo in the bathroom of a gym wearing no clothes that he put up on a Wheatley School Alumni Association newsletter, according to the website. So he put bonus torso photo he put up on a public newsletter.
Wow.
This is the comparison side by side. And people are saying that this is the this absolutely is the photo of the judge, and that this judge is a complete and total creepy, half-naked perv who posts photos of himself naked on his high school alumni newsletter. I'm glad that this person is overseeing the case that could potentially liquidate the entire Trump organization in New York. Let this be a lesson for all of us. Don't do business in a city run by evil communists and Marxists who hate you and who hate America.
Yep, exactly right.
This has been covered, by the way, by Jesse Waters, who I think does a great program at Fox. And so in case you're wondering, if you need substantiation, check this out.
So honorable Manhattan Judge Arthur Engeron. You remember the taxi-driving hippie drummer with hair wilder than Bernie's? Smiling into the camera like he's been cast in an 80s courtroom sitcom? Remember when we warned you that drummers are always the crazy ones? Should have listened. There's more than meets the eye with this goofy judge. Literally. We've found out today that this judge runs a high school alumni newsletter. If you graduated from Whitley and you're interested in attending your class reunion, the judge has you covered. But that's the only thing the judge covers. This is Trump's judge sharing your run-of-the-mill bonus torso photo. Primetime did our due diligence because we respect privacy. Our crack producers compared and contrasted other shirtless photos of the judge that were also circulating online. The pecs and the abs check out. And it wasn't just one shirtless bathroom selfie. Judge Nudie, not to be confused with Judge Judy, posted another one. We've asked the judge, what are you doing? And please tell us we're wrong. We'll let you know what he says. But again, this is Judge Nudie's newsletter. If he's posting some other man's nude bathroom selfie, I don't know if that makes it better or worse. Plus, circumstantial evidence leads us to believe that, yes, this is Judge Judy's bare chest. Because the judge has a new workout routine. There he is with his gym buddy. I guess they spot each other. Judge Nudie has the right to express himself in any way he wants. We don't judge. But he does. The nude bathroom selfie-sharing former drummer gets to decide whether Donald Trump's real estate empire lives or dies. You can't take this man seriously.
Nope.
Men like this can't have the unilateral power to nuke the president's business license because a racist prosecutor asked him to. The man's a joke.
Yep.
If anybody should be hit with a gag order, it's Judge Nudie.
So Judge Nudie, I absolutely love that. I'm going to steal that. Well done, Jesse Waters. This is one of the very many problems that are now stacking up for this absolute lunatic judge. Complaint calls for a judge in New York trial to be disbarred. Excessive political donations. This is the clerk for the judge, the top clerk for New York Judge Arthur Egernon. Allison Greenfield appears to have violated judicial rules preventing officers of the court from making excessive political donations, Breitbart has learned.
Wow,
This
for
is
real?
interesting. What's more, it fears that Egernon was advised of Greenfield's violation in a 72-page complaint addressed to his court via email, and that was also filed with the New York State Bar Association the same day he decided to issue a gag order on President Trump. So now he's charged Donald Trump, he's fined Trump $15,000 for violating that gag order, even though these complaints are beginning to pile up and are piling up like quite a bit. Judge Arthur Egernon concealing Allison Greenfield's bias and misconduct. Judge Arthur Egernon issued a gag order against President Trump to conceal ongoing ethics violations and misconduct by principal law clerk Allison Greenfield. The letter below shows during the pendency of the People versus Trump, Allison Greenfield engaged in unethical partisan Democrat activities. Her Instagram posts, where she screenshotted before she set her account to private, show that she is not only ran for office as a Democrat during the pendency of People versus Trump, but that she also canvassed, campaigned, and petitioned for Democrat candidates like Chuck Schumer, Representative Maloney, and Representative Jerry Nadler. Justice Egernon should be investigated and removed from the bench. Allison Greenfield should be disbarred for unethical conduct. You're not allowed to do this kind of stuff when you're overseeing trials. I mean, obviously, you're not allowed to do this kind of stuff when you're engaging in the politics of this, but this is all politics. I mean, obviously. It is all politics. They are going after Trump based, obviously, on the fact that he is the front runner for president. Judge Egernon's wife, by the way, is a absolute and total lunatic online.
That's what I wanted.
Judge Egernon's wife posts stuff like this of Trump. These are the screenshots of her account.
Bro, you got to be kidding me. You can tell that this crap right here ain't nothing but a freaking setup. That's what this all about. So you got a judge, Arthur Egernon, that's one that's trying to decide Trump's fate on whether his business lives or dies and stuff like that. And you got this man that's supposed to be a judge in a bathroom taking selfies. Taking selfies. How is this man even a judge? Like I said, this right here, this whole case is just ridiculous. This whole case should be thrown out. Thrown out. Trump shouldn't even be having to go through this. How can you take this judge serious? You heard what Jesse Waters just said. How can you take this judge serious? You could tell he a person that don't like Trump, already trying to fine him $15,000. Then you talking about a gag order. This man is running for president. Why is y'all trying to limit what he can say? Trying to put a gag order on a presidential candidate that's running for president. You trying to put a gag order on him. I'm telling you, they trying everything they can to stop Donald Trump. And just like Benny said, it's all because he's the front runner. He's winning in all the polls. That's all this right here is all about. That's why stuff like this needs to stop. And now you got this man's wife. You got Arthur Egeron's wife posting pictures talking about F Trump and pictures of him like already in an orange suit. This is ridiculous. And then they got Trump in New York, and she has since locked her account. Why is this man, Arthur's wife, Egeron, however you say his name, why is his wife posting stuff like this? Telling me that right there go to show you this is a personal attack on Donald Trump. Maybe Donald Trump needs to sue that judge and sue his wife for stuff like this. Because it just make it seem so awkward that y'all trying y'all best to put this man in jail, put him in a bad light. Because why would your wife post something like this? Man. Boy, I'm telling you, the hate for one man is just crazy. It's just crazy. And like Alina Habba said, Trump's attorney, just like she said they had already decided in the courtroom what they was going to do to Trump before he even walked in there. How is that fair? This is a setup, and like I said before, this mess needs to stop. Man.
Allegedly, check this out. A wife of New York judge in civil fraud case, Trump has been attacking Trump on social media, saying that she's posting all these like anti-Trump memes. So this is psychotic. Of course, these people are going to then like come after Donald Trump, try and take out his presidential campaign.
That's what it's all about.
Stefanik hits Trump New York trial judge for complaints over bizarre behavior and bias. Elise Stefanik is a congresswoman from New York, and a very powerful one at that. And she says that this man is engaging in massive ethics violations. We'll see what happens. But the worst thing that I've seen from this guy, and here's Stefanik saying it in public: I just filed a judicial complaint against Judge Arthur Egeron for inappropriate bias and judicial intemperance in New York's disgraceful lawsuit against Donald Trump and the Trump Organization. Americans strict tied to the blatant corruption and radical left judges in New York. All New Yorkers must speak out. They should.
Yeah, because that's not fair that somebody that's already on the left, when you got a judge like that that's already on the left and don't like Donald Trump. So if you got a judge that already, before Trump even get there, that already don't like Trump, why is he being put up against somebody that already don't like him? So I'm glad Elise Stefanik did that. I just filed an official judicial complaint against Judge Arthur Egeron for his inappropriate bias. Because that's exactly what it is, bias. Listen to everything Letitia James say. They working together to try to take this man down. I've been screaming this and saying this for the longest since it all started. I seen it from the jump. What was going on and how corrupt that Judge and Letitia James is. Been saying it from the jump. And that's why ain't none of this stuff is going to work. And I still believe Trump is going to win in 2024. Right now, it's like I said before, every time they attack him, all they doing is just making him climb higher and higher in the polls. So just y'all keep doing it. Because all y'all doing is just helping Trump out at the end of the day.
It's New Yorkers who would suffer if they liquidated Trump's business. I mean, he employs hundreds or thousands of people in New York. But the worst thing I've seen on this judge is in clips. He straight up says, like, if the jury says something I don't like, I'm just going to overrule them in a summary judgment. Jesse Waters back at it with an incredible takedown here. Watch.
Every case against Trump collapses upon scrutiny. Remember, just like we found out the foreman in Georgia who was a giggly Wiccan, Just like we found out Alvin Bragg charged Trump with paying a woman to effect an election he'd already won. Just like we found Trump had documents locked in Mar-a-Lago while Biden had them strewed all across Chinatown. This fraud case, just as goofy. The judge in the Trump case is a boisterous Vietnam War protester who also drove a taxi. Quote, I loved the freedom, the instant cash, getting to meet people, learning how to drive like a maniac without being caught. The honorable judge was also a drummer in a bar band, and we know drummers are the crazy ones. His teeth are as yellow as a school bus, and his hair is wilder than Bernie's. The judge smiles at the camera like he's starring in a sitcom.
Yeah.
And he also brags about not following the law. Listen.
Now, I'm going to say something controversial, even though I'm being taped. Juries get it wrong a lot. I've had situations where, like, oh, my heaven's sake, how could they have thought that? Well, I have a tool that I can deal with that. I can say there is no possible way that a reasonable jury would have reached that conclusion. Am I following the law or am I making law? Okay, I'm following law. I'm an impartial referee, but it's hard to factor out my own emotions. And I have tools. Somebody can say, well, Your Honor, you have to throw out this case because it's just like another case. Well, is it just like another case? What if the defendant was wearing a red sweater instead of a blue sweater?
I like it. So Trump's taxi driving war protesting judge with teeth like candy corn is confessing he rigs cases and is driven by emotion, not precedent. The man's drunk on power and thinks he's above the law.
Yeah, I think we should have absolute immunity. We're just doing a job. We're all human. I've made, I think, 5,000 decisions, the last count. Written decisions, not to mention at a trial where you snap decisions. Yeah, we should have absolute immunity. What if we defame somebody? That's how it usually comes up. You know, you call somebody a murderer or a heroin addict, that sort of thing, pedophile. And if it's done in court, yeah, I think we should have absolute immunity.
My co-host, Judge Jeanine Pirro, joins us.
Boy, that judge. How is this man a judge? This man literally thinks he's above the law. He can make any decision he want and feel like it won't be no backlash to it. Can't nobody tell him anything. When you got somebody in there like that, a judge in there like that, that thinks he's above the law, he needs to be removed immediately. And when I say immediately. A judge that think he's above the law. A judge that got to take his glasses off and smile because that's his first time seeing a camera, I guess. Now, y'all know how much respect I have for Judge Jeanine. I love her takes. And let's see what Judge Jeanine got to say about this.
When you hear a judge talk like that.
I'm stunned. I'm stunned. When this guy says it's hard to factor out the emotions, Judge, that's what you do. And if you can't do that, you don't belong on the bench. And I got to tell you, right from the get-go, what he liked about being a cabbie was the instant cash. And now he's dealing with Donald Trump's financial issues. And he liked being able to drive like a maniac and not getting caught. Look, as a judge, there are certain standards you have to abide by, Jesse. And the thing that made me crazy, even crazier than all this, is when he said that in defending Letitia James' prosecution of Donald Trump, albeit a civil case, he said, well, you know, he's just a bad guy that she should go after. That by itself is enough for this judge to be removed from the case.
Exactly. Listen to what Judge Jeanine just said. That's enough right there to go to show you that this guy does not like Donald Trump and giving Letitia James the right to say she should go after him. So what do that tell you? When you got a judge that's saying crap like that, he needs to be removed because he ain't keeping it fair. He's one-sided. And that one side is the left. That's exactly what it is. That's just ridiculous, man.
That by itself is enough for this judge to be removed from the case. Because according to the administrative rules of the unified court system and the uniform rule of trial courts in New York, Judge, you cannot sit on a case where you have a personal bias or a prejudice concerning a party. And if saying this is a bad guy that should be gone after isn't prejudice, then I don't know what is. He doesn't belong in this case. And let me go one step further. How about the incompetence of his not knowing what was beyond the statute of limitations, the inability to be able to assess the facts, forget your emotions. Like when you deal with the facts, you can't figure out what is barred by the statute of limitations. Are you stupid?
So he just hit Trump with a gag order because his clerk was in a photo with Chuck Schumer. Trump said this was Schumer's girlfriend, and now Trump's not allowed to say anything about anybody in the court. Is that fair play?
You know what I think is the most interesting about that? That Chuck Schumer didn't answer the question, did he, Jesse? And I'll leave it at that.
Okay, we don't know if he's dating the woman or not, but I don't know, a gag order, Trump's going to break it.
Right, Trump's going to break it. Trying to stop this man from talking. I'm telling you, man, this corrupt stuff is just serious now. So obviously, that goes to show you that this judge needs to be removed immediately. He has a bias against Trump. And when you got a judge to say that Letitia James has the right and she should go after Trump, that right there tells you everything you need to know. Which y'all know I've been calling this out for the longest since it started, that this judge was corrupt. He needed to be gone. I've been saying this from the beginning. I knew something was up with this judge. I knew it. But, you know, like I said, y'all get in the comment section and let me know what y'all think about this. But like I said, this right here is crazy. Shout out to Judge Janine. You know, she always says exactly what's on her mind. That's why I appreciate Judge Janine so much. Like I said, make sure y'all hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. I want to thank you all for watching. And I'll catch y'all in my next one.